Hey folks, let's make sure we have a highlighter. Sometimes I have a tendency to highlight things, and so make sure we have a highlighter. Okay, y'all, we're continuing domain and range. This time we're going to put some numbers to our domain and range instead of just stating what the variable is. So let's start here. Jackson earns $2 for every cup of lemonade he sells. He's got enough supplies to make a maximum of 5 cups. Maybe let's highlight that. He can only make a maximum of 5 cups. The money he earns is a function of the number of cups of lemonades that he sells. So here's this phrase again that's helping you out with what is the domain and what is the range. Okay, the money is a function of, so the money depends on. So the money he earns is the range. Is a function of the number of cups of lemonade. I'm going to use that for number. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go one step further and actually state the values of the domain. So in order to do that, the first thing we got to do is write an equation for this relationship. Okay, so I'm just going to let my domain be my y. Needs to be my x. My fault, sorry about that. And we're going to let money earned be the y. And what is the relationship? Jackson earns $2 for every cup of lemonade. So my total earned is going to be $2 times, and x represents the number of cups of lemonade I sell. $2 for every cup. Notice every cup is an x, and it's $2 for every cup. So that's 2x. All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a table. So x is the number of cups. And yeah, I want you guys to write all of that. Y is the money earned. So let's just put money. And now let's begin to talk about what we can have. Well, it says the maximum number of cups of lemonade he can sell is 5, okay? Well, what is the minimum? Well, y'all, negative numbers like -1 cup, well, that doesn't make any sense. We can't sell -1 cups of lemonade. However, we can sell no cups of lemonade. We can sell 1 cup of lemonade, 2 cups of lemonade, 3 cups of lemonade, all the way up to 5 cups of lemonade, okay? Now, that's our domain. Okay, how do we get our range? Well, we're going to plug our domain in. So we're going to plug in 0 cups. We put a 0 right there. 2 times 0 is 0. If he sells 1 cup of lemonade, well, if I plug a 1 in right there, that's 2 times 1. That's 2. 2 cups of lemonade. Well, that's 2 times 2. That's 4. 3 cups of lemonade. 3 times 2 is 6. These are dollars, by the way. If he sells 3 cups of lemonade, it's going to cost him $6. He's going to, earn $6. Okay, 4, he's going to earn $8, and 5, he's going to earn $10. And that's all we can do because the problem states that he has a maximum of 5 cups of lemonade that he can sell. So let's list our domain, 0 through 5 with commas. Okay, and here's the deal. Y'all, why not 1.5? Why not 2.7? Why not 3.2? Well, because we're talking about cups of lemonade. Y'all, cups of lemonade are going to be whole numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not 3.5 cups. We're not going to sell a half a cup of lemonade. Not 4.75 cups. We're not going to sell 0.75 cups of lemonade. Okay, so these represent whole numbers. Okay, now, the money earned. This is money over here. And we're going to list those values. Well, he can make $0 if he sells 0 cups, $2, $4, $6, $8, and $10. So notice now, in addition to writing the words to express our domain and range. We are now putting values to our domain and range, okay? So it says state the domain and range, and right here is your answers. There's the domain, and there's the range, okay? Okay, let's try another one. Now, this one's a long one, but I wanted to pull in something that maybe the gentleman or in the classroom may enjoy. We're talking about Reggie Miller here. He was drafted by the Indiana Pacers, and he was the 11th pick in 1987. And he went on to be a great basketball player. However, as a rookie, he actually scored a maximum of 20 points in his games. A maximum of 20 points. So let's go ahead and do maximum of 20 points. Okay? So, just for this problem, we're going to go ahead and assume that all 20 points were two-pointers. If we make them, free throws and stuff, they're going to get a little complicated. And now here's how we were a function of the number of baskets. So let's write our words. So points scored is going to be, my range is a function of the number of baskets that he made. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and write this as a function so we get used to it. We're going to let domain be X, and this is my Y, and we can, y'all just keep in mind, you really don't have to write a Y. You can write f of X equals, and let's see what's going on. Well, he's scoring, for baskets, it is going to be 2 points per basket. So that is going to be 2x. Okay? This is the same thing as y equals 2x. So, x is the number of baskets. Y is the number of points. So this is your x. This would be your y, or your f of x. And now, what can we have? Well, a maximum of 20 points and a minimum. What would be the smallest thing we'd start with? Y'all, we can't do -5. We can't do -4. We can't do -20 because there's no such thing as scoring negative points. However,
teachers, please excuse this interruption. There is still time to submit your entries into the leprechaun drawing. If you have found all 8 leprechauns, please call or come see Ms. Coles Wilson in the next 5 minutes. Thank you.
All right, we're back. So, we can't have negative number of points, but we could have 0 points. Mr. Reggie could have scored 0 in one game. Okay, so we could have 0 points, which would be 0 baskets. Okay? He can score, he wouldn't score a half a basket. He could score 1 basket. And if I plug that 1 in, 2 times 1 is 2, that'd be worth 2 points. After 1, he could score 2 baskets. And at 2 points apiece, if I plug that in, 2 times 2 is 4. That's 4 points. 3 baskets would be worth 6 points. 4 baskets would be worth 8 points. 5, 10 points. And we're going all the way up to 20 points. So 6 is 12, 7, 14, 8, 16, 9, 18, and I'm running out of room. 10 would be 20. Okay? Notice I've got to stop at 20 points because the problem says he's got a maximum of 20 points as a rookie. Okay, so X is the number of baskets. So that is going to be the numbers 0 through 10. Okay, the range is the number of points he scored. Now keep an eye out here. This goes from 0 and then it goes up by 2's. So the range in this case is 0, then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So there's my domain, and there's my range. Okay? And last little one, we want to be able to just read a problem like this, folks, and realize what it's asking. If you notice, it just flat out, it gives us an equation, and it states the domain. It says the domain, or the numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it says, well, what's the range? Well, y'all, we're going to do exactly like we did here. We're going to plug them in. Okay, so we've got 2x plus 5, and we're going to plug, remember, domain of means these are my x values. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug those in. So technically, if you want to really show some notation, what we're finding here is we're finding f of 0 and f of 1 and f of 2, f of 3, and f of 4. Now I'm just using some exquisite function notation, but y'all, if you just plug it in and write down an answer, that's fine as well. It's going to be 2 blank plus 5 for each one of these. Forgot my 2 there. Okay, so these are my x's. They go where x is. So when x is 0, I plug it in there. When I put that in the calculator, that's 0 plus 5, that's 5. So when my x is 0, my y, my range is 5. So let's plug a 1 in. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 5 is 7. So when my domain is 1, my range is 7. Okay, we're going to plug in a 2, then a 3, then a 4. Notice all I'm doing is plugging in the x values. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 5 is 9. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 5 is 11. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 5 is 13. Notice, y'all, these are your inputs, and these are the outputs, which are the range values. So my range values, it's a list. It's 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. And there's your answer right there. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is you are going to do the same thing here for these. Okay, what I'm going to do though to help you out is I'm going to get you started a little bit. Notice here we've got the same stuff is a function of. So your relationship is going to be total cookies and number of chocolate chips. So just kind of helping you out. 5 chocolate chips per cookie. This is going to help you write your equation. You're going to use this to write your equation. And you should be good to go from there. Okay? Here, notice total cost depends on how many boxes of cookies. So just circling your 2 items that'll be in a relationship, figure out which one's the domain and which is the range. Okay. Notice you can spend no more than $70. That's important. No more than $70 on a box of cookies. Okay, so this right here is going to be how you're going to write your equation. You'll use this to write your equation. And remember, you can spend no more than $70. Okay, and from here, I've even stopped putting the stuff. So if you want to make your table, you can do that. Okay, if you want to state your domain and range, you can do that. Or if you're like, I just prefer to maybe write my answers down, that's fine. And then you do this just like we did on the other page. All right. You guys give this a shot and have a great day.